minions on the other side of the board for your opponent to target spells at. So, we'll see. We'll see. A lot can happen between now and then. Killing All Day's got an Encounter's Flow in the opening hand. Fled's got a quest.
Keep going.
Those are the highlights. Play by play.
There it goes. He really doesn't have anything else, does he? He's got like the 3 worst cards in his entire deck to go with the quest.
For this matchup, probably.
The Fireball, you just don't want to draw it at all until you're going to use it right at the end. Devolving Missiles has no target and never will have. And Cram Session, 2 mana, draw a card. Do you know how you can draw a card? You throw it away right now, and that draws a card too.
For free. You don't even have to spend 2 mana on it.
Exactly. So much better. So yeah. Easiest mulligan ever.
There we go. That's looking better. That's Fire Frost Arcane. Needs a minion to be able to do it. Funnily enough, Killing All Day's got a minion that he's probably going to play.
Yeah, he might have to. Right. They should make Sorcerer's Gambit a frost spell just to upset you, because you can't do anything other than play it before it's in play.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Good shot.
Good.
Straight in the face.
Yep. I like this play from Killing All Day. Don't give your opponent a minion. Save the minion for yourself.
Turn 4, he'll be looking to play that, probably. Maybe even 5. Okay.
In this instance, Killing All Day is the store, and the Arcanologist is the bread. And he's not even going to put the bread into the store.
Right. So he's going to keep the whole family going to hang out together, but they're not going to have any bread at all.
Yeah. At some point in this game, he's going to put the bread in the store, but then just steal it himself. Eat it right away.
Amazing. But now he's drawn the Ice Barrier.
Someone who didn't watch the first series of the day that's watching right now is probably like, what?
Is there even a bread baker in either of these decks? There's not, right? Just to be clear here. We're talking about bread where there's no bread baker.
No spice bread baker, no.
But there's plenty of spicy play, TJ, and that's all we're here for.
Yeah, that's right.
So both very much of a muchness so far. Of course, Killing picked up the secret. No longer has any need for his Arcanologist. It's just a nuisance.
Yeah, I mean, it'll draw a spell out of his deck that will be uncastable for the entirety of the game. But yes.
It really will, won't it? Yeah.
2 Shattering Blast. That's very easy Frost quest completion. Or Fled. A little expensive, but that's okay. You normally have time. You're just trying to be efficient. There's number 3, and that also means Fled can actually fully complete the quest next turn if he finds an arcane spell. I mean, he found one.
Oh, lovely. Everybody's favorite.
Had no idea Potion of Illusion was arcane until this very moment.
I'm still learning about all the spells. It's only last week that I found out that Backfire was a back spell.
Yep. And Hot Streak is a hot spell.
Uh-huh.
Of the hot spell school.
First Flame is a first spell.
It's just the first word.
Baby's first spell. Alright. I mean, they're playing pretty quickly as well, so... Not a lot, really, other than watching them tick off the quests right now. That's kind of how the start of this game goes.
Oh, the options just disappeared. Suppose we can use our imaginations, but I don't really feel like it. So we'll just wait.
Wait, what's disappeared?
He's cast a Ruined Orb. He's currently deciding between which spell he wants to Ruined Orb, but we can't see it.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
There it is. Probably Conjure Mana Biscuit, yep. He's going to go again. Needs a castable Frost spell is basically what he's looking for. Those are the same 3 options! Whoa!
Were
They
they?
were in different orders, but those are the exact same 3.
That seems to happen way too often. Pretty sure. Alright, well, Fled.
What?
He's there.
That was insane.
That was pretty nutty.
Yeah, well,
I'm not going to dwell on it, though, because otherwise I'll get down the rabbit hole of that I'm now going to do, what the chances of that happening are, and does it matter if you select which 3, and is it a named 3 probability? Killing nods to notify everyone that 2 of his cards are now garbagely useless.
yep. Oh, Trick. Does Trick... If Trick Totem casts a frost spell, does it count as you casting a frost spell?
I don't think so, but it might. It's worth finding out. The fact he picked it makes me interested. Oh no, it's cast shenanigans. We'll never know.
See ya, Fire Sale.
Yeah, you're now a banana. I like the way Fled nodded as if he knew that that was going to happen. Like it's just been cast by a random thing, creating a random secret. Yeah, I know it's shenanigans.
He knew what that was. Big point here, though, is that Fled is done with his quest, and Killing All Day is not close.
Yeah.
So...
And to be fair, that's come down to the build of the deck to some degree. I think.
Well, I mean, if Fled had drawn a Devolving Missiles at any point, it would have been useless as well.
Yeah. Well, he's got the
Shattering Blast, though, yeah, that's a big deal. Or if Killing All Day hadn't drawn an Ice Barrier, he could pull it from... Right? It gives him both a Frost spell. And then if you, like, set aside Magtheridon and Devolving Missiles, then, you know...
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly magnified beyond all proportion. But if you ran this 100 times, I'd fancy Fled's chance of getting there first more than 50 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it's gone a bit nutty with Killing's terrible draw.
I have proven myself. I
Alright, just
answers.
Arcanist. what are you going to do?
Slap a banana on it.
Yep, make some space.
There it is. I'm pretty sure this is only the second one, though, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so too.
This is only second quest line.
Because he's not found a Frosty.
If he can discover, like, a Brain Freeze or another Flurry here, then he can also complete quest and play Arcanist in the same... Oasis Ally? Okay. Can complete quest this turn. Can't complete quest this turn.
This is
No Arcane Spell. So actually, it's probably Ruined Orb, and then hope you draw, and then hope you get a Frost spell.
I guess.
Because Mana Biscuit doesn't have a spell school, I don't think.
I don't think so. No. There's no Frost there, and you're going to take damage next turn. So Rigged Fair Game probably doesn't do much. He's just trying to play 4 secrets in one game, isn't he? This point. Right.
Empties a card from his hand, just in case. Rigged Fair
Well,
Game
Fled
off.
doesn't have any card draw at the moment.
Got a lot of damage.
He does have a lot of damage now.
Smart. Test for Counterspell and Netherwind Portal.
He's already had one of his cards turn into banana. He can't have other things go wrong.
It's not Oasis Ally because it didn't tick over Frost. It's not Mirror Entity because it didn't tick over Arcane. He 100% knows it's Rigged Fair Game now.
Yep. So with that in mind, he plays exactly how he was going to anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Literally changes nothing.
But he's going to be 1 off lethal next turn, so any spell damage creator, any card draw, any damage at all, anything.
Well, Killen's completing quest.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Fled might need to win next turn, but most of his deck does it, I think. He does have those
17 cards left. Cram Session.
Oh, you're going that way.
Ruined Orb. Ignite. Oh no!
That's not the one.
Oh no!
But it's not over yet. Look at Killing's hand in response. He's got mana biscuits and flay. He's got the same hand.
He does actually, yeah. I mean, Fled can just set up for a 2-turn with a pig.
Yeah.
Right.
Fireball, ping, and make sure you freeze.
Yeah. Hope your opponent doesn't have 18.
The killer's going to need to draw card draw because no one card's going to do this.
Yep. That ignite is pretty sure it's a basic ignite. So even like a fireball off the top would only be 14. Nope.
Spell damage. Can
What
he
made
get
Thanos
Steward
ping it?
Scrolls? There's a
Or
steward.
Suitor Scrolls?
A charming composition.
Arcane
Intellect.
Hiya!
Fireball.
Fireball. That's lethal with Hot Streak. He can Mana
Oh
Biscuit, Hot Streak,
my.
Fireball. How did he win?
Steward, mate. Steward of
Yeah,
the
but up to
scroll.
that point, he like completed his quest 2 turns slower than Fled. A full 2 turns slower.
Fled just couldn't get a card. He just couldn't get anything that did anything for 2 turns.
That's crazy.
And you'd think, having got through some of those frost spells, he'd be more likely to get it. But there you go. For
Yeah.
Primordial Studies, Killing finds 20 damage or something that he required.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Yeah, there was like 3 burnouts in the deck with double ignite plus Runed Orb. There were 6 draw outs: Arcane Intellect, Cram Session, Refreshing Spring Water. Could even throw Fire Cell in there, though one of the Fire Cells did turn into a banana. Maybe that Shenanigans was the difference maker.
Maybe it was, yeah.
One less card deep in his deck because he floated. Oh man, that was a close game though. Very close game. 1 damage off. Fled was. So now Fled has to move on. Losing a mirror matchup like that in last year's standing just doesn't feel great.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. So, but now gets to play some brutes. This is the upside, right? He doesn't have to play mage anymore. He can play a
Yep.
deck.
Doesn't have to worry about killing his opponent's minions, which is always nice when you're playing brutes.
Yep. They have to worry about killing your minions. Like Therodon could come in handy here.
It could, yeah. This is probably why it's here. Well, handlock as well, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah.
Primordial Studies just got the job done.
Kind of crazy.
Right, Fled's got a decent looking hand. Yep.
Oh, that's a great hand. Whoa.
That's a goer.
Gillen hits flow. So that is good as well.
This is going to be a fast one way or the other.
Oh, Brute? So this hand has a lot of draw plus coin. Normally you wouldn't want to draw Brute because, and I've said this a bunch of times, you want to draw it in your draw sequence because then it costs 1 less because you're complete. Holy moly!
Yeah, continue the thought. Continue the thought.
So that, for
Brutes.
3 mana, is that's a guaranteed Brute next turn, if he wants it. Because the natural draw, that's 1. Sigil, that's 2. A swing with the weapon, that's 3. Crimson Sigil Runner, that's 4. Spectracite, that's 5. Plus 6. And then, at the very least, trade away the Deathbrow minion, which is 7. So Brute will be free.
I like the bit where you say, if he wants it. What else are you going to do? The deck only does one thing. It wants brutes.
Yeah, but it's just 1 Brute, you know?
Okay. Okay. So far.
If this Illidari Studies hits Philosophy, no, then he wouldn't have enough mana.
They will never catch me.
Right.
There's a glide. That could come in handy later.
You could wait. Yeah, you might wait. This is what I mean by if you want it, right? because he could
Yeah.
wait. Oh, nope. Oh, there it is. You don't wait for the brute. That's 2 brutes. In outcast position, perfectly placed into his hand. Philosophy. Attack with the weapon. Coin. Trade. Double brute.
Sounds good to me.
Boom.
In the study.
You can do this too. This also works. Didn't hit anything. Doesn't matter.
This is
Coin. Attack. Attack first. Coin.
I see. Your end comes now.
he got there without the coin. Unlucky TJ. And he's drawn the weapon as well, by the way. That could be very relevant. Is there
Yeah.
any way of actually getting rid of it? I don't think there is, so that's good. Right. How do you plan this out? Obviously the fire sale's useful, but it's not good. Wants to freeze one and barrier, and he wants to do it in such an order that it counts twice towards 2 different quest parts, I think.
Yep. Smart. Real smart.
Smart guy.
Time runs out on me.
Do barrier or yeah, you barrier. Let's get it out of the way. He's gonna attack into it. Yeah, so attack into it. So if you draw second barrier next turn, you can go even further beyond.
Doing more brutes here. Acrobatics is kind of brutish. He's gonna work out what
oddly
to do with
enough,
his glide.
I'm surprised. Going back to last turn, I think it's just optimal to coin trade
Okay.
instead of use spectral sight. It's hard for me to put it into words. I don't think it matters much. Benefit of holding on to coin is you can keep holding on to coin, and then like your Lion's Frenzy turn is better because you have 1 more mana. But that was a discounted spectral sight. So even if you're shuffling that back into your deck, after you play Kurtrus, it's still going to be free, which is 2 draws as opposed to holding on the trade, which is always 1 mana and 1 draw.
Got you. Yeah, okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. We'll see if it
Unlike
matters.
this
It
deck,
probably
which
won't.
doesn't make any sense at all. Makes brutes. I mean, it'll matter, but we might never find out the resolution of which way it mattered or what it would have done differently.
Yeah.
Everything matters. Alright, damage is starting to come. Fire and Arcane. Easy.
Yep. Kind of easy. Awkward part is he's going to take a hit from a brute if he wants to do this quote unquote efficiently. It would be like fire sale, and then flurry. I don't know. You could flurry, but it'd be inefficient quest completion.
Because then you haven't got a flurry and it's frost, and that's the hard part. And blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So he's going to draw
Okay.
some cards.
No fire sale.
See where he's
All right.
at.
Oh, that is good. Now he draws the discounted fire sale, which completes the discover quest. And now the flurry actually does give him quest progress.
Time runs out on me.
Tempted to take the missiles. Oh, could he have taken the Oasis allies there, though? Whatever they're called, the 3/6s.
Could have.
He can never get hit with a weapon.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a minion to attack into to proc in the first place. I don't think Flood's ever killing a minion.
Fair point.
And he's already completed all of his frost stuff, and I don't think he wants to spend 3 mana
Alright.
on anything, ever. Except the quest reward.
I was thinking of Deep Freeze, which is far better, but it costs 8 and it's a long way away. because Fled's going to hit you right now. Fled is just going to have 2 turns of hitting, I think.
Yeah, but there's
Probably won't be
quest
this
is not the quest is not completed. It's completed now, so he's gonna hit now, but then he has still a whole nother turn where he has to play the Kurtrus and then will kill in 2 more turns. Which is still probably enough time because killing all day might complete the quest this turn. It's pretty likely. Needs fire and arcane.
Yeah. But he's got other options available, killing. A fireball in his boot just looks so perfect there.
He's gonna look for something a little bit more efficient. Oh yeah, canner
Like
slow,
that?
refreshing spring water. That's the arcane, just looking for a fire.
Plenty of fire going on here. So much fire. Spoiled
That
for
is
choice.
in agony.
Yeah. He's probably still suffering from that first game a bit, because how did he lose it? That's what he's thinking. It's like, if I find 1 more point of damage before killing hits his steward into double fireball, I win the game. And now I'm not facing this stupid mage. That's what he's thinking, I can hear it. That's not what I think. Just to be clear. So, simple turn.
My quest, my revenge, it all ends here!
Kurtrus and spend your mana.
Pleasure doing business.
And keep spending your mana until you can spend it no more.
Yep.
And he's actually coming in for the extra 3 here, so he thinks he needs to win it next turn. That's how he's planning here.
Yep. Which is honestly pretty likely that he does have to win it next turn. Because killing all day will complete quest this turn. From his perspective, almost 100%. Play quest reward. And then unlock with 8 mana on the following turn. So let's like
Difficult choice here, because Killing now knows that Fled's trying to kill him next turn because of the attack from the weapon as well.
yeah.
He can't mess around with Phoenixes or Phoenix. I don't know what you call them. Pheno? He used to play Hearthstone. Don't know.
Doesn't anymore. He does,
I have
actually.
proven myself.
He does.
I demand.
It's just a lie. Double and canner slow in the deck. Wait, can he kill right now?
Oh my.
Whoo!
Runs out on me.
No.
Nothing costs anything, but
On damage though.
there is, but also you can't afford to let these things hit you, so he's going to tidy those up. On the assumption he can probably kill next turn almost always. He has no card draw, but he does have a Fire Sale and the Primordial to draw some stuff.
Alright, let's go. 24 ain't easy. 3 soul fragments in the deck. No glide.
Glide!
There's a glide. I looked at the deck
Hurts
tracker
killing.
as I looked at it. I don't know. His hand was pretty terrible.
Oh yeah, Hurts Killing. Yeah, look at it.
Hurts killing? No, killing hurts fled. That's how it works.
Oh, that's everything. So he has to win this turn, and he's still going.
All right, 5 soul fragments in the deck. There's double jump, acrobatics, Illidari studies, a skull of Gul'dan. What the heck? Brute. More librarians, more tradable minions. He's running out of mana. What's that? That's a philosophy. That's useless. Soul fragment. That's a draw. It's more damage. Double jump. That picks up a skull.
Which
And he's
ends
out of
the
mana.
run.
And
Now Fled's dead because there's 19 in hand on the other side, plus a cram session that's going to draw 6,000 cards.
he just made his hand infinitely better.
He just got rid of the bad cards and gave him the best 4 cards in his deck for the job. Amazing.
Yeah.
Doesn't swing for 14, because why? because he doesn't win. That's why.
Yep.
Even though he probably can't do 24.
Currently, we're looking at 19 damage with 7 on board. That's 26. Needs a single damage spell in the deck. Just going to add one to the deck just to make sure. With 11 cards left.
Goes wrong.
Fire Sale.
Somehow they all missed.
Arcanologist. He can Rune Orb into damage. Any damage.
I don't know how Fled's going to kill him next turn. It's going to be fun watching him try.
Yep.
He might have enough.
Fireball, that's damage, but too expensive.
I don't
play the cheaper Fireball and then ping the 1/1 and then go face. Probably. You could always just first flame it. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
remember that Fled went face for 6 instead of 14, thinking he wouldn't have another turn.
Yeah, I do remember.
I don't think he gets there now.
I don't think it's possible. He's got no glides left. He's only got 8 mana, so it's only 8 trades.
Yeah, and there's no natural weapon buffs either in this deck.
Put some brutes there. Brutes. This will draw the rest of his deck except for 1 card because there's Soul Fragments, Peddler, Royal Librarian, 2 Royal Librarians actually.
Oh, here we go.
These are due back tomorrow.
All right, trade once. Nice. Gotta be a glide. It's a glide, but it's too expensive.
It's got to be a 3 mana glide. You should have, or 2 mana glide. That would have been better.
Yeah.
Would have worked better.
All
right.
Many cards. I am out of cards.
So if Fled had, I think he did the right thing. Just to be clear here, before this sounds like I'm criticising his play, I'm not. But if he'd allowed for 1 more turn to win the game, which he was expecting to be dead on, he could have attacked for 14 last time with the weapon, give or take. It was 14, but maybe he'd have played differently. And more this time, and he'd have won the game, as it happened, and as things turned out.
Wait, does he have to play everything? Because he'll draw 2 more cards. Take a seat. All right. Because he just would have needed to even connect there with the Arcanist, but yeah, that first attack, if he doesn't attack first with that Lion's Frenzy, I mean, to be honest though, he expected to be dead. It's hard to fathom a world where you're not dead after that. Killen had to whiff pretty hard on his draws to not find burn.
Yeah, when it came down to it, he had to whiff on a Ruined Orb and a 4-card cram session.
Yeah.
So Fled did the right thing, because it's pretty obvious to anybody who's played against Mage that if you're sitting there trying not to die against a Rune Orb and a 4-draw cram session, you've lost the game. So, yep, Fled timed it wrongly as it happened, but rightly, I think, in all sensible assessments. But it did cost him, which is pretty horrible. But now he gets to play the Handlock, his final deck that needs to sweep.
And another different deck than what we've been seeing. This one is incredibly threat dense, but still has Pantharas and Rune Mithril Rod at the expense of no Shadow Blasts, which is interesting. You know, it's less removal, but
and no giants.
Still have like all the good stuff.
There are giants.
No,
I thought there was no giants. My notes say
there's
no
Scavenger Giants and Gnolls, so there's like Mithril Rods in place of like a Netheron and something, and then Pantharas in place of Shadow Blasts from like the traditional quote unquote.
Yeah.
Oh, and no Tamsin. That's where the second.
So he really is. This is actually as threat dense as you can get it then, because he's playing the neophytes and everything as well.
Yeah, while still playing
just
Rod and Panthara, it's as threat dense as you can get it.
Yeah, it's the opposite end of the scale. He's just trying to beat you up.
Yeah.
But he's trying to do it and draw more things to beat you up with if you deal with the things that beat you up.
Yeah. Which, if you're cutting Shadow Blast, I guess it makes sense to cut Tamsin because like Tamsin can whiff sometimes if your touches and coils are reduced by rod, because then they don't copy themselves. And if that's the case, and you look at it, like the only spell you're copying sometimes is Drain Soul and not Blast, then I guess Soul Rend too. I don't know. It depends what you're going to face in the metagame, I suppose.
Yeah,
Flow
most
on
of the
three games in a row.
what a player.
What a player.
Yeah, most of the hand locks seem to be edging slowly towards like faster draw and winning with quest, especially in the mirror. But this one's kind of the opposite of that. But he's gone with a faster draw, so he obviously tested the other version and liked the engine, but didn't like the way that it wins. Cool. When do you play your first minion? Like next turn, because you'll have one.
Oh, this turn.
You just gotta play it. Alright.
What else are you going to do? Not play it?
Cool. Give me two options. If you're playing two minions, that's different. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Can
Or
tap,
three minions.
coil, can Panthera.
Yeah, I like this, obviously. Pretty obvious when you see it in play.
You're going to not do any of those things. Okay.
Okay, killing. Fairly straightforward part of the game for the mage. Shoot the things you see and advance your quest. That's all there is to it, I'm afraid. I'd like to give some nuanced analysis of that, but I don't think there is much.
Last mana can be used for a Rundorp face here. And then Fire Sail. Ice already has Ice Barrier up.
Extra springs.
Yeah, but extra Spring Water's great. This might be the first sweep we've seen all weekend in Americas.
Yeah, it's been very back and forth all the way through.
Yeah.
19 out of 20 games possible yesterday. And I think today's been 3-2, 3-2 as well, if my memory from all that time ago isn't failing.
Up until these series, we've played the maximum number of games except for the fourth and final series yesterday, which was 3-1.
But now in the second half.
So it's reset. So actually, so far, if this is a sweep from Killing All Day, which does looks like it's on the right track for it, 100% of matches we played in the second half of America's Grandmasters Season 2 of 2021 have been sweeps.
And they've all been won by Killing All Day.
And
every single match.
Every single game in the second half of the second season of 2021 in America's Grandmasters has been won by Killing All Day. That's a stat for your sheet right there.
Yep, I'll put that on.
Okay.
But now there's a giant, so I guess we should pay attention. Of course, the reason we were waffling is because there was no threats in the threat-dense deck.
Yep, he's got the threats. Oh, brain freeze! Oh. It's not even fair.
It's not. It doesn't seem fair at this point.
Oh! Now Fled knows the Magtheridon was drawn though, because he only got 2 mana back from the Refreshing Spring Water. That's literally the only. Oh no, he plays an Arcanologist too. Okay, never mind. Could be Magtheridon.
But he knows. You sometimes you just know. It doesn't matter what math says or what the rules say. Sometimes you just know that you've lost next turn. All right. He's reaching the portal room pretty soon.
Oh, it's just not fair.
It's really, really unfair. And all Fled can do is just sit and wait.
Yep. And that is quest complete. Before we finish it off, Dawn Grasp in hand.
Portal room has been reached.
All right. Awkward part is Killing All Day now wants to play Doggrass next turn, but if there's too many threats on the board, would also want to Cone of Cold, but can't because lacks the mana. I mean, at the very worst, Killing All Day could just make Therodon Fire Sale. He has one turn before he needs to start healing up a considerable amount.
Yep.
Draw again. Mortal Coil.
And might start healing up pretty soon.
Panthera, okay.
7 cards left. Keep an eye on that. Getting there. So he's saying that he doesn't think he can die this turn, which we need to keep an eye on out of just natural damage, by the way, because there's the Lab Partner and the Fireball in hand, so that's always an alert that, hang on. Who needs quests anyway?
Like, is it worth it to play the Mantherodon here?
What, rather than just getting on with killing your opponent? Yeah.
So he's effectively at 32 because of the Ice Barrier in play.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even play a Battle Master.
What to do?
So
How do you die?
So you just go jam Arcanist and just win next turn?
Just jam Arcanist and wait.
Time runs out on me.
The OG quest right there.
Complete this, yeah. 12-12. Okay, I guess that sets up next turn lethal as well, but...
Yeah, well, because now Flood gets to go bristleback. Blah, play threats. It's free. He can't even spend all of his mana. It's impossible.
Nothing costs anything, yeah. He is
Now there's the same amount of
back at
power on
30.
board, and Fled is higher health, and Killing All Day still hasn't played the Arcanist.
You get accustomed to the smell.
Does Fled have any card draw left? Let's have a look at the thing. Let's see if he can do any
It's not
damage
working.
with the quest. It's not working, of course it's not. Because of this, yeah. Okay. That was definitely weird. I mean, maybe the Cone of Cold gave him some... a bravado, but... feels like he's a turns further back, must admit.
Yeah. Who knows? He hasn't taken any damage, so maybe that's... his goal was just to not take any damage at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case he needs more than a turn. So right now, he's got... oh my gosh, he's got Lab Partner, Double Cram Session, and Refreshing Spring Water.
Yeah. And there's at least one, and I think both flows been played.
Only one flow has been played.
Only one, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, only the one, yeah.
But in this sequence of draws, he could just play the second one, and then Refreshing Spring Water would still, pretty much make back the mana crystals that he would spend on playing it. That's quest complete for Flood, though.
There it is, I knew it was coming.
There it is. Then you flow, you cram session, and a stiff breeze would be enough.
To do what?
Kill.
Yeah.
Okay, Refreshing Spring Water is free draw. Hot Streak, good. Makes the Fireball cost 1.
The spell damage, just in case.
Yep, there it is. That'll do it. Actually, it doesn't even need the Hot Streak. 3-0 for Killing All Day. A sweep over Fled. Once again, Fled's run will stop on Saturday, as I believe it did last week as well. It had that runner-up finish in week number 2, but since then has been winning his group, but not able to get his footing on those Saturdays. And what a way to kick off the second half of our regular season. With Killing All Day 3-0.
Half a season of Killing All Day.
I mean, a single player has literally won every game in the second half of the regular season. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. What a performance. And honestly, like, some weird games. Fled complete in the Mage Mirror, completed his quest 2 turns faster than Killing All Day, and just wasn't able to find the card draw or the damage. Was 1 damage off lethal. Then in the second game, thought that Killing All Day was gonna kill him, so had to go in on the Lion's Frenzy attack. He had 2 more turns because Killing All Day whiffed on spell damage, or on just damage. But then Fled ran out of damage because he had went in a turn earlier than he needed to, being results oriented, though he thought he was dead, and most players would have. And that last game was just, I mean, Quest Mage versus